Thank you for joining us today at Love Them Knives Studio. LTK here, along with Flanagan. Hey, Flanny. And we're checking out the Get Back. It could be dangerous, buddy. Steelcraft Mini Bodega. Todd Begg design, made by Riot Knives in China. They're a Chinese knife manufacturer, knife company. In any case, there you go. Todd Begg, Steelcraft series. We've got an S35VN coated blade that is made of S35VN steel. We have IKBS ceramic bearings in the pivot. We have a lockup of about 25%. There's our lock bar. There's an insert in here of hardened steel to interface with the steel blade, since the frame is titanium. And it's centered up. Good action on it. But of course, what would you expect? You know, the blade's not heavy enough to really drop hydraulically. Oh, clicks in really good. How's that detent? Pretty good, but not overly powerful, which is a good thing. I'd say, I don't know if I could throw this thing out. No, I'm not going to try. I'd say the detent, it's hard because there's not a lot of weight on this blade, so you don't have a lot of mass there to toss. I'd say a 6 on my detent scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest. Maybe 5.5. It's not all that powerful, but it's just what it needs to be, really. It's just right. Kind of a stunning looking knife with the silver inset. I mean, it's anode or coated on part of the frame and not on the other, but really done well. I like the fuller on these blades. These are really nice. Typical Todd Begg type of styling cue, which is really nice. I mean, that's what you expect and that's what you want. And you've got jimping way out here on the blade. You've got a nice big choil so you can go forward. So Jonas in Sweden wanted this knife, contacted me, said, if I give you the money, will you buy it? And I go, sure. I love spending your money. And so Rob had this knife for sale on eBay. And so Rob says, hey, I know you. I watched some of your videos. So he says, give me a shout out, Rob and Jonas in Sweden. Cool. So I'm the middleman. I get to play with the knife first, which is really good. And I've never had a mini Bodega in my hands before. I've had the full size. Oh man, I've had custom, I've had mid-tech, I've had the Steelcraft, but I haven't had a mini. Never had a mini. But it looks mint. I mean, it came in a box with all the paperwork, all the stuff that it normally comes with. Here's your stuff and the fitted box. So it looks all appropriate. Looks mint to me. Here's your model information, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty stunning. I like the back spacers on these. It's nice to have a back spacer on a knife. I like the look of that. You've got traction around here with this jimping. How about that? And of course, you've got that ceramic ball on the pocket clip. And these stanchions that carry it up. If you notice on the Steelcraft glimpse, how this is all one piece and it wraps around and comes down to the scale here. So you don't have these separate stanchions with that straight piece for the pocket clip. And I kind of like the more seamless one-piece thing they did on the glimpse. Of course, the Glimpse was made by Wee Knives, but they made it per whatever the specs were given to them. So yeah, I kind of like that better than this, because you got these 2 extra screws involved. You know, so I don't know. Oh, well, let me see if we got a flashlight in here. So there we go. So that's where it attaches in here. And got a little bit of weight relief, it looks like, going on inside the scales to keep the weight down, since it's titanium. And what does it weigh? Let's find out. Got a 3-inch blade. Just a little over 7 inches overall. Turn this thing on. So we're going to start out with grams, aren't we? Yep. We're going to start out with grams. Right at 100. Call it 101 if you want. And let me go to units and get back to ounces. 3.5. It's pretty light. Yeah, okay. We can work with that. See ya, buddy. Off. Cool. Is it sharp? What do you think? The action's really good on this knife. Yeah. Basically, this thing's mint in the box. Probably never been carried or used. So, Jonas, if this is your cup of tea, I think it's fine. No lock rock, no blade play. Looks centered right up. Action feels good. It's fairly small. Not a real big knife. Fancy? What do you think? And she's going to look bigger anyhow because of the aspect ratio. But, yeah, it's not a real big knife. 3-inch blade. So this blade would be basically this is about a 1/2 inch longer than this. And of course the handle on this is huge on the Para. So flip it around, change our aspect ratio. They look a little closer. But no, this mini Bodega is definitely smaller. Definitely good for a light carry. Gripster. You like my middle finger flick? That didn't work at all. Total fail. Don't laugh, Flanny. I haven't seen you do it. And there we go with that. So, full-size grip. Nope. And even make it look smaller by putting it up here. Then the grip looks even bigger. So it's a fairly small knife. Not real big. But, even though the knife is small, the price is huge. $445. Of course, they're out of stock. You know what? Have you noticed that? Here, we'll go through this real quick. 3-inch blade, 7.125 overall. S35VN, drop point, flat grind, black, plain, blah, blah, blah. Titanium. 3.75 ounce. Right hand tip up. No left hand carry. And Riot knives, blah, blah, blah. And what else they say? Yeah. Black and silver. Yes, we've noticed. And steel lock insert and all that. There you go. Yeah, we've noticed that there's not a lot of these floating around anymore. It's, when the Steelcraft mini Bodegas came in, and then, you had the Quakens first, and you had the mini Bodegas, and you had the, the Field Marshals, and then the full-size Bodegas, and things like that. And you know what? I think they only made so many of them. I don't know that it was ever meant to be a true limited edition, but I think they just make them until they don't make them. And then they're gone. I haven't seen any large Steelcraft bodegas floating around as far as on the major retail sites, or at least it looks like they're washing out. So I guess these knives are, you got to consider that when they come into the marketplace, before they disappear, if you're going to ever get one, maybe you ought to get one and not think that a year later they're going to be available still. So I guess they are kind of coming in, buy them as they go. I think with a full size glimpse, Steelcraft glimpse, maybe the same thing. So look at this area here on the top. Kind of gives you a landing zone here for flipping. Nice looking though. Lanyard hole. Yeah, it's available. Is it easy to disengage this? Yes, and you've got, you got some traction over here on your lock bar. And it's really easy to do. Really like it. Like the knife. It's small, easy to carry, dressy, good looking, high quality, done well. Fit and finish is really good on these. They're weight relieved, they're fairly light, but it's a solid knife. It doesn't feel cheap, even though it's fairly light, it's dense for what it is, So no, it doesn't feel like lighter than it should be. It feels just right. These are done well. Of course, Riyadh, they make a good knife, don't they? Well, what do you think, Jonas? Hope you like this knife. It'll be coming your way soon. Neat. All right, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. I just thought maybe you'd like to take a look at this particular one. Well done. Really? Did you know I was a brain surgeon? Let's try that again. Okay, well, I guess I am a brain surgeon. Yeah. I think somebody took mine when I wasn't looking. When you don't have a brain, ugh, it's tougher. Isn't it, Flanny? I know you ain't got one, so don't laugh. My wife swears that there's nothing between my ears except a lot of sunshine. But that's a good thing. All right, I'm letting you go. We got things to do, and so do you. But you know what we do here. What do we do on this channel? We love them knives, so stay sharp.